Needing a priceless nugget of insight to keep your career on track to land the executive level role? Well, be sure to watch this episode of Sound Advice by Glen to attain just how. Hello all, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Sound Advice by Glen. I'm your host, Glen Richards. On this show, I take calls from people in need of sound advice, something I, as an HR associate at a large synthetic rubber company, am very well versed in providing. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button now in order to remain filled by my steady stream of sound advice. Though I must quickly pump the brakes here, as I am likely required to call out that I am not a licensed therapist or counselor. Nevertheless, I would advise you to not let that be a sticking point in your decision to give me a call. Wisdom is not learned, it's earned, and I can assure you, I'm a real earner. Of course, I'd be remiss if I did not take a moment to offer a quick proverbial tip of the hat to the man handling all the technical behind-the-scenes odds and ends that I, as the star of the show, simply cannot be bothered with. A one Mr. Douglas Courtwright. He keeps the trivial tasks of tech moving forward so I can focus on what's actually important, my dissemination of sound advice. Delight of delights. All right, with all of that out of the way, Douglas, do we have a caller on the line? And I'm getting a low-effort nod from Douglas, indicating we do indeed. Why don't you go ahead and patch them through, Douglas? Hello, thanks for calling Sound Advice by Glen. Who might I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Yep, hello, my name's Rhonda.
Well, hello, Rhonda. Thanks for calling into the show. In what ways can I provide you with sound advice today?
Alright, so I'm a businesswoman. I work at a company that specializes in the manufacturing of backpacks, specifically used to carry the old and infirm from point A to point B.
Oh, interesting. So basically like a wheelchair, but a backpack instead?
Yeah, exactly. And unlike a wheelchair, this is an all-terrain type of transportation for the elderly, meaning you can take them on a hike or even up a mountain.
Wow.
Provided that the one doing the carrying is physically able.
Well, yes, that makes sense.
Our clientele is primarily made up of the wealthy retired, so they usually hire bodybuilders to do the carrying.
Got it. Well, that sounds like an interesting line of work.
Well, it keeps me busy.
I'm sure it does, Rhonda.
Yeah, so anyway, I've been working for this company for about 2 years, and I'm extremely driven and focused on climbing the ladder in order to make the big payday.
Makes sense.
I started out as a sales rep, and within a year I was managing the whole team.
Outstanding achievement.
Yeah, well, I'm on track to be an executive. My numbers are great.
That all sounds very impressive.
Sure is.
You know, I'm glad you called in today, Rhonda. I could help you draft a plan of action to make your executive dream a reality. As an HR associate, I have access to many such plans previously drafted for other people by the HR business partners at my company. They're all just sitting there on the team drive, so I'm sure I could get my hands on one and then we can go ahead.
No, I don't need no help from anyone to achieve this goal. I made it this far on my own, and I know that I can make it all the way without some plan drafted by some lackey.
Excuse me?
But there is this one problem that really got me in a bind, and I'm certain that if I don't figure it out real soon, it's going to put me in a delay in realizing my executive level dreams.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
Certainly not.
So what is this career advancement blocking issue?
So something I've observed throughout my time in the workforce at any job is that there's a degree of harsh judgment women make on other women who stink up the bathroom.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that a woman will negatively judge another woman if that other woman has delivered a foul odor to the ladies' room?
Yep, that's right.
But if a woman is doing her business within a stall, how do any other women know who's actually in there?
Well, it's the shoes.
The shoes?
Yep, we all do it. I'm guilty as well. We smell a stink, and the first thing we do is look at the shoes from the stinky stall, and right away, we know who it is.
Really?
That's right. We ladies always pay attention to the shoes worn by other women, so we all know who's in the stall stinking up the joint.
All right, but explain to me this, Rhonda. How do ladies who stink up the bathroom have a negative impact on your executive level goals?
Well, to be frank, sometimes it's me in there stinking up the joint.
Oh, I see.
And I need a bathroom solution that allows me to do that when I need to, in anonymity.
Okay, yes.
Now, at this point, I know my shoes have given me away more than once when I was laying the joint to waste. But as far as I can tell, it's just been passed around as quiet gossip within a small circle of ladies on the sales team.
All right.
I don't think it's something that has trickled up to the level of the executives as of yet. A real boys' club, if I might add.
Sure.
So I need to get ahead of this before the word gets up there. I don't need them thinking I'm the type of lady who's dropping nukes in the bathroom at work, or at all for that matter.
Well, I suppose that could be a problem.
Oh, it certainly would be. But once I become an executive, I'll have my own private bathroom. So I just need a solution that I can use for the time being.
Well, Rhonda, I'm not going to lie to you. You've got yourself a tough situation.
Yeah, I just told you I did.
But I've got just a solution to remedy your glass ceiling stink bombs.
All right, let's hear it then.
Well, first off, I'd like to establish the frequency of these stinky bowel movements you're having. Is this a daily thing or just an every now and again sort of situation?
Well, it's not every day, but it's more than every now and again.
Okay.
I could easily tie it to a particular meal I eat when I celebrate a business win. And as a woman with my ambitions, I have business wins quite often.
Got it. So you can safely say it's a particular food or foods that causes this issue then.
Yep. Every time I have a business win, I get my assistant, Randy, to give me my favorite meal. A ribeye grilled rare with a side of broccoli with cheese sauce, as well as a loaded baked potato. I polish it off with a strawberry milkshake, and then I add a final finish with a few glasses of 18-year-old bourbon.
Wow, that sounds like quite the meal.
The only way to celebrate.
And so it's shortly after consuming these meals that you find yourself needing to run to the bathroom to do the smelly deed, is that right?
No, that's not it at all. It's always the next day, about midday, like clockwork, that I have this issue. Right in the middle of the workday when everybody who's everybody is around.
Got it. Well, Rhonda, if I may be so bold, might this be an opportunity for you to maybe be a trailblazer in your office? Show the ladies that you are a businesswoman who takes no shame in the aftermath of a celebratory meal and are proud of all your accomplishments.
Boy, I blaze more trails than the number of years you've been out of diapers.
What?
There are way more important situations in which I can and have blazed trails, but I'm sure as heck not going to be known as the woman who empowered other women to drop rank dumps at work.
All right.
And frankly, I don't want to have to smell that type of freedom. Now what else you got?
Okay, well, if being a trailblazer here is not an option, then we are left to address this in a physical way. A way in which I know will most certainly keep nosy eyes from identifying your shoes.
Let's hear it.
Galoshes, my lady.
Galoshes?
Galoshes. All you need to do is go to any local store or online vendor and buy yourself a pair of galoshes that you'll keep within your purse. That way, when you find yourself in the stall again, post-celebration day, you simply pull the galoshes out, put them on over your shoes, and wear them while you do your business. No one is going to be able to know who's in there because your shoes will be hidden from view.
Nope, that's not going to work.
Well, I think if you just give it a try, you'll find that...
I'm not going to be lugging a pair of galoshes around in my purse to have on hand in these situations. I used to wear galoshes as a kid, and they are huge and bulky. So there's no way I'm getting them to fit in my purse without them sticking out.
I think if you folded them a certain way...
Yeah, then everyone on the sales floor is going to see me walking in the bathroom with galoshes sticking out of my purse. I may as well be holding up a sign that reads, "Big old dumps ahoy," as I walk to the ladies' room.
All right, okay. If you're unwilling to try this tactic, we're going to need to approach this from another angle. Might I ask, how long is your hair?
My hair?
Yes.
It's just below shoulder length. Why?
And if I may, further inquire about the type of shoes you regularly wear.
High heels. What else would I be wearing on my feet to work?
Perfect. So on the mornings that you are getting ready for work, after the night of your celebratory meal, you're going to want to do your hair up in a vintage style beehive hairdo.
What?
Then, when you are at work and you find it's time to hit the restroom, you simply walk to the ladies' room, in style might I add, enter the stall, quickly remove your shoes, and then poke the heel portion of the shoes into your hair.
Into my hair.
Yep. At that point, your shoes will be out of sight to prying eyes and enable you to be hands-free for the duration of your time in the stall. A very important requirement that you're going to be glad I thought of.
So my shoes just be hanging in my hair while I'm sitting there?
Exactly right, Rhonda. And honestly, good luck finding a more stylish way to keep your shoes hidden from prying eyes.
Yeah, you might need a lesson on what is actually stylish.
Oh, I can certainly remember my grandmother with her beehive hairdo handing me candy when I was a kid. Absolute pinnacle of elegance. No doubt about it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be wearing some outdated grandma hairdo to work. Because that's exactly the sort of thing that would set me back in my career advancement with that boys club upstairs. You know, I'm really starting to doubt your ability to give me any sort of useful options here.
Okay. While I disagree wholeheartedly with your assessment that the beehive hairdo is only for grandmas, I will accept that it's not something you are comfortable trying out.
It's ridiculous.
Well, okay,
All right, listen, I'm busy woman. You've got one last chance to give me something I can work with, or I'm just gonna done hang up.
All right, Rhonda, clearly you are a hard sell, but I've got one more idea here that you're bound to fall in love with.
You let me be the judge of that.
Now, I've got to assume a professional business lady like yourself has a nice pair of big hoop earrings. Am I right? Rhonda? Rhonda, are you there? Hello? Well, I'm getting the signal from Douglas that we've lost Rhonda. And honestly, I can't see any reason for it other than a spotty reception on her end. I can't imagine she'd hang up on me intentionally, not right in the middle of what was clearly a breakthrough moment in sound advice delivery. You know, Douglas, given the topic of the call, I'm guessing she was in the bathroom, which, famously, is one of the worst places for cell service. Well, at any rate, Rhonda, I know you'll be eagerly watching this video once it's posted in order to catch what was obviously not coming through clearly due to your spotty cell service. Be sure to watch the full episode and take thorough notes. And once you have a full picture of the valid options that I laid out, I have no doubt you'll be powering through this odorous obstacle. Well, that's all I've got time for today, friends. Thanks again for stopping by and taking in some sound advice a la Glen. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful, and make sure you subscribe in order to be kept up to date on my latest videos. Let me know in the comments if you found this advice as helpful as Rhonda did. Until next time, I'm Glen Richards. Bye-bye.